The last topic in Chapter 4 is market segmentation. Let's keep in mind that an individual retailer cannot meet the needs of every single customer, and that is why retailers divide their customers into groups or segments. So let's define what a retail market segment is. A retail market segment is a group of customers who are attracted to the same retail mix because they have similar needs. We're going to define retail mix in Chapter 5, but retail mix is what I introduced in the very first lecture of this semester. It's the 6 Ps: product, price, place, promotion, presentation, and people. So a retail market segment is a group of customers who are attracted to that same retail mix because they have similar needs and are going through a similar consumer decision-making process. And there's a wide variety of approaches for segmenting retail markets. A lot of these you're probably already familiar with, but we'll walk through them. The first and most basic way to segment a retail market is by geography, so geographic segmentation. You can segment by a specific nation, a specific state, or a neighborhood. We can divide the area into multiple geographic regions. So an example of retailers that market geographically, Giant Eagle is a grocery chain that is only located in the Northeast. Winn-Dixie is a grocery chain that is only located in the Southeast. So you can just segment by geography. Demographic segmentation is another way to divide up your market. And this is when you divide the market based on their demographics, such as age, sex, family size, education, income, or social class. So you can, divide by any of those different demographics to set your market. A third is psychographic segmentation, and this is when you divide by lifestyles, such as different personality traits or the life cycle that people are in. Lifestyle segmentation refers to how people live. So it's how they spend their time and money, what activities they're pursuing, and what their attitudes and opinions are about different subjects. Now, retailers don't just use one of these to segment the market, right? They use a composite segmentation, which looks at geography, it looks at demographics, and it looks at psychographics to build consumer profiles. Now, this will be a lot of work if we did all this research by hand. So there's a tool that I want you to familiarize yourself with, and it is a ESRI tool called Tapestry. And Tapestry actually divides different segments of the U.S. into specific segments that are based on not just geography, but on psychographic and demographic characteristics for that lifestyle. And this is appealing for managing the store channel because consumers shop at stores near where they live, and so retailers can change their assortment of stores based on demographics and psychographics of people who live in specific areas. So I'm going to actually take you out to this website and give you an example of how it works. Bear with me 1 second. So we're going to open up Tapestry here. Go to Zip Lookup. And let's just look at Milledgeville here. So I'm going to type in the zip code 31061. Okay. See results. And it's going to pull up some Tapestry segments. So these are the 3 largest segments. Tapestry has just over 60 different segments that they divide consumers into. And what the data shows here is that Milledgeville is made mostly up of the rural bypasses segment. So if you read that, it says, "We love wild open spaces and farmland. We live in small towns with back roads. Our country lifestyle centers around gardening, hunting, and fishing. We're more likely to own a satellite dish than a computer. We rarely use internet, and if we still work, it's in agriculture or manufacturing. That's pretty descriptive of the Milledgeville area. And so if you're interested, you can actually pull down a PDF, and I'm loading that up here now, that gives you further detail on the people that live in Milledgeville. So if I was a retailer and I wanted to know if Milledgeville is going to fit my retail segments, then this is what I would look at. So I can see what the median age is, 40, the median household income, 33,000. Right? And I can look about the socioeconomic traits. Unemployment's very high. Income is derived from wages, but people are dependent on Social Security. It tells you about their values. So that's some of those psychographic traits. And how they get their information, right? So they rely on television. So there's a lot of statistics down here that you can learn about different areas, and a little bit about the housing, the population, lots of data in these files here. Okay, and so then this page here is going to show you if you know that rural bypasses is a good segment for your retail store. So let's say your Tractor Supply, this might be a good market. You can look and see where the rural bypass segment resides mostly, so that can help you choose a location to locate your store. Right. So that's a little bit about the tapestry tool that retailers use. I'd like you to go into the tapestry tool, and you can, the website's right there, you can Google it. Type in your own zip code and see what comes up. Maybe your zip code where your parents live. You could look at zip codes of places you vacation or visit, and based on what you know about the area, you can look at the tapestry report and see if the reports are accurate or not. So I'd love to see a little bit of discussion on that in the Chapter 4 discussion board. And this wraps up our conversations for Chapter 4.